But today we've got bigger fish to fry than England and Germany and Spain and France. We've got St Albans in the first game of the season, boys. Come on. Drea cuts out and here's Theophanous through to Sampson. Sprays it wide to Madlow. This is what he's good at, getting those crosses. Tell you what, we need to mark Theophanous. Mark him, boys. I don't know what that was. I do not know what I'm saying. My name is not, and I'm a goalkeeper. Here's Mullane. Fix it! Oh! Mullane! Oh! Yeah! I'm the worst football manager ever, and welcome back to the Sutton Scramble. And yes, I know I'm still in the Vanarama South, but this is our season, everyone. This is our time. This is our moment to shine and win. And so I was absolutely gutted to lose that playoff, and there's a little piece of me that still feels so sad by it. I really thought we were going to do well and succeed and get promoted, but a new season comes around and we're ready for it now. I'm feeling prepared. I've been doing some work, I've been doing some homework, and I think I'm now ready. And let me just go to the general side of things. Our prediction, we are 6-1 to be third. No, 6-1 to win, sorry, and we are in third place at the third place prediction. The only two teams who are due to go above me is Bromley and Aldershot, both of which were relegated from the Vanarama National last season. So I figured after last season I'm going to need to do a little bit of work on my squad. So without further ado, should we look at the outs and the ins? Let's start with the outs. I feel like we should have some sad music playing as I'm doing this. We're going to start with Ashley Parker. Now, you're going to be like, who? And I'm like, exactly. 17 years old, didn't really do much at the club, so I got rid of him. I gave him, just released him for free. But I think somebody, Billericay have now signed him up. Yeah, he just wasn't up to much. Dean Beckwith is the other one. You may remember, I don't know how much I spoke about it on the videos, but this fella here, Dean Beckwith, was actually due to be my captain last season, but he hardly ever played just because he wasn't really good enough. 34 years old, he's getting on, and he was getting a bit past it. I tried to sell him for basically the whole season because he was like not happy that I got relegated. So I was desperate to get rid of him, and now he's come to the end of the contract, so I just was able to release him finally. However, now we get on to players that you do know and would have loved as well. Theo Lewis is the next one, and you would have heard of Theo Lewis. He played quite often for me last season in midfield. Let me just show you the career stats. Yeah, he played 30 games last season. His average rating was a 7.05. He was one of the best players in the squad, to the point where I think he actually managed to get one of the highest rated players in my squad, and a lot of people loved him, and so I'm absolutely gutted to lose Theo Lewis. And then next, Dan Spence, the right back. Again, a good quality right back. Was a really sad to lose him, but when I tried to get him a new contract, he just wasn't interested. No matter how much I offered him, he just wasn't interested, and so he's now left, and Hemel Hempstead have now signed him up, and it looks like he's actually worth a little bit more money now, 10.75, earning 350 a week, so he'll probably play pretty regularly for them, I imagine, and I'm a bit gutted about that one. Next on the list is the Lemon. It was sad to see him go. 21 years old, Welsh fella. Again, he just, every time we tried to offer him a contract, he just wasn't interested, no matter how much money I earned, and no matter how much that little shape on his attribution graph tries to look like a heart. All the love has gone from this place. And last but not least, this was my most gutting loss of the pre-season era, and that was Aidan Austin, aka Aidan Austin, who has scored so many goals for me. Last season he scored 13 goals, 41 appearances, average rating is 7.11. He is my best player, was my best player, and as you heard in the last video, every time I tried to offer him a contract, he was like, he's not interested in signing a contract because he doesn't like worst football manager ever. And I'm like, well, see you later then. I say see you later as if I kicked him out. He just wouldn't accept a contract no matter what I offered. And so that brings that list to an end. They're the losses we've got, but let's have a little look at the ins. Yay! Okay, the first in we've got is Tom Molyneux, who we picked up for free from Eastbourne Borough. Tom Molyneux is a defensive midfielder, centre and central midfielder. I'm thinking that this season I might use a formation that has a defensive midfielder in it. Might use that formation a little bit more often. So I brought this fella in who's probably going to take a sort of backup mentality in terms of the midfield, but reasonably solid. He's got good natural fitness, reasonable stamina, good at corners, and teamwork and work rate is reasonably high as well. The rest of his stats are kind of around the 9-10 mark here. You look at the mentals. Technicals, not so great. But I think he'll be okay as a backup. My next player is Ben Stevenson, a midfielder and attacking midfielder on the right. And he is brought in because we've got Spencer and we've got George Porter. But apart from those guys who are also looking not as great as they used to be, we're kind of a bit low on the people on the right. So I've brought him in as a bit of probably a backup, but he might begin to play more often because he's a reasonably good player. Good dribbling. His first touch is nice. He's got a reasonable amount of pace and fitness to him. He seems like a reasonably stable, strong player. So I think he might be good in the future as well. 21 years old, a couple of seasons with him, I think he'll be great. And then on to my two probably most popular and most useful signings is actually a loan one. Is the first one is Ville Moilanen. Is that right? Ville Moilanen from Finland, 19 years old, left midfielder, and striker. Probably playing more like in left midfield though, like an attacking midfielder. Let me show you his attributes. He is looking very good. Nice finishing, nice first touch, good at dribbling, good at heading. Passing and technique is strong. Also a lot of pace, a lot of acceleration and pace about him, and he's got a little bit of flair and work rate as well. So I think he's going to be great, and he's probably going to take the space on the left wing of Aidan Austin this season at least. He's from Bradford, who are my feeder club, Bradford City. So we'll see how he does. I think he's going to be very, very useful. And lastly, a bit of a good win for me is Archie Davies, central midfielder, only 19 years old, but already he's being kind of measured up to the likes of Archie Thomas and like other strong midfielders I've got, such as Stephen Schumacher. This guy is looking really reasonably good, and I think he's going to be a great player for us. So we've got him on a non-contract at the moment. So we'll see how he does. We'll see how it all works out. I think he could be quite helpful. You can see from pre-season here, I don't know if you can see the average rating behind the webcam here, but his average rating for pre-season after 6 games is 7.23. Okay, so that is enough administration for now. However, before we jump into the first game of the season against St Albans, I want to show you how the World Cup 2018 goes, for those of you who are interested in the future. So as you can see here from the World Cup 2018, the winners were Spain after extra time. And check this out for a final of the World Cup. In terms of their match stats, you can see here, loads of shots, but in the whole game, only 6 shots were on target in the World Cup final, Spain v France. And Sergio Ramos on the injury time of extra time scored the 1 goal of the game for Spain to win it 1-0. So England managed to get through all the way to the semi-finals, and unfortunately, classic England, 0-0 against Spain, went all the way to penalty shootout, and we got knocked out. So Sturridge, Deeney and Barkley all missed. So cheers guys, once again, knocked out on penalties. But to be fair, I think that's quite good of England getting through to the semi-finals. And so, as you know, they would have gone through to the third place playoff. And as you can see here, they beat Germany 2-1. So come on, Leighton Baines and Theo Walcott, who interestingly enough won the Golden Boot of the World Cup. Theo Walcott, we beat him 2-1. Obviously 88th minute, that winner. So 3rd place in the World Cup. So everyone's very happy with England at the moment here in 2018. So there's your prediction or your prophecy for the future right there. But today we've got bigger fish to fry than England and Germany and Spain and France. We've got St Albans in the first game of the season, boys. Come on. Let me show you the team I'm going to be playing with and starting with today. We've got Ben Killip in goal. We've got Jim Fenlon on the right back. Hamad Lawal, the new captain of Sutton United, Hamad Lawal. He's a bit nervous about it because he's so young, but I think he's solid. I think he's going to be such a good captain for us. Everyone in the squad's really happy about that. Also in the back, we've got Usiala and we've got Wes Harding. Strong, similar lineup to last season, that one. And then in midfield, it begins to change a little bit. So we've got Archie Thomas and Archie Davies in the middle of the field. We've got on left wing Ville Moilanen. On the right we've got Spencer Johnson today, and then up front we've got Karel Kiyembe and Dan Fitchett, still on the hunt for a decent striker, and hoping that at least one of my current strikers will step up and score me some goals more prolifically than they did last season, because last season it was just like, come on. Now we've got no Aidan Austin. I don't know where our goals are going to come from. Just to take a little step back before we get into that game, I want to just show you as well how I've done in pre-season, because let me just tell you, I've done flipping amazing. So first game against Wolves, as in Wolverhampton Wanderers, we won 2-1. Second game was against the Blackburn under-21s, and we won 3-1 against them. Didcot, random tied, but we won 7-2. Just let that sink in for a minute. Then we played Sheffield Wednesday under 21s and won 2-1 against them. And we then played, which should have probably been one of our easiest games, against Staines, and we drew 1-1 with them. We'll never understand FM. We will never understand Football Manager. And so that is what we're starting with today. And I'm looking forward to it. We've had a good pre-season. We've had a good start so far. Let's see if Funmaya Shamotum will score for them. I don't think he will. Shamotum. Let's move on. I really enjoyed saying that last season. So I'm going to say it again all throughout this game. So if that annoyed you last time, then feel free to switch off this video. If you're enjoying this content, do hit the like button, do hit the subscribe button to tune into more Shamotum. Okay, so we are going for a 4-4-2 formation today. We are also going for... hang on a minute, there's no sound on this match! My goodness, how am I supposed to deal with that sound on Football Manager, eh? Crikey. Yes, we're going for 4-4-2 formation. We've gone into control. We're seeing how we do. And meanwhile, St Albans had a great shot and they've got a corner. Let me just change some of this. We'll get rid of the league table for now. Archie Thomas cuts out the corner and just hoofs it up the pitch. But meanwhile, they still see... Oh, they lost their ball there. You'll notice a slightly amended match screen for me today, which I hope you're enjoying very much. Literally just clicked on the maximise button, thought I'd give it a bash. Here's Karel Kiembe meanwhile. Oh, blocked from the defender there and cleared out. We're looking at pretty even so far. They've had a little bit more possession than us in this first 10 minutes, but that's okay. That's all right. Don't get scared. Don't get worried. Don't get anxious. Here's Dan Fitchett with a cross. And, oh, we couldn't get onto the end of that. Here's Madlowell, though, with a cross straight back in. Here's Thomas on the edge of the box. Shoot! Oh, so close from Archie Thomas on his debut. No, he's not on his debut. Archie Davies. We've got, like, the two Archies. Like, the two comedians. It sounds like a comedian duo. The two Archies in midfield. Here's Unsiala on the ball, slowly picking up the ball here. Very, very slow, it seems. There you go. Over to Mullane and to Dan Fitchett. Plays it forward to Kiembe! And then where he's opened up the scoring for the season. There he goes. Karel Kiembe. 17 minutes in. Just the great start we wanted. The first shot on target for us and the first goal right there too. Lovely setup from Vil Mullane and into Fitchett, who just taps it through to Karel Kiembe, who tucks it away very nicely. Very happy about that. Thank you, Karel. It's like Pharrell, but Karel. Here's Rowe Turner. Gorman for St Albans. Comley into Sampson. Gorman again. Here's Comley. Dreyer, great challenge from Hamad Lawal. Dreyer picks up the loose ball again. No, Shampsey's on his own in the box. Oh, and it was a poor, poor shot. Couldn't quite get his foot round that one, and it sails wide. We are now coming to the 25-minute mark soon, and yeah, we've had more shots than them and more possession now. And here's Kiembe, meanwhile, running into the box. He's got a bit of space. Oh, held on for it, but a bit too long. Just took a bit too much time on that one. But here's Mullane with the... Who's got... Oh, into Harding, but Harding was blocked. And Gorman clears it to my Shamotum. Here's a corner for us. Cleared out from Coulson and Johnson. Thomas. Kiembe! Oh! You know what? I totally messed up the colours then. I'm thinking they're yellow, so I'm thinking Sutton are yellow, but I'm wrong. Mullane with the corner. Harding, no. Kiembe, what can we do with it? Scramble in the box and someone! Spencer Johnson makes it 2 on the 30-minute mark. It's his first ever goal for the club. And yes, boy, you know what? He's been sort of really being brought into this sort of starting 11 through default, really, but him having a bit of a goal on his first game of the season is very nice. He's played a few games for us and now he scored his opening goal for us on the opening day of the season. Maybe this is Spencer's season. This is Spencer's season all over it, eh? 13 shots on target, 13 shots, 5 on target, 54% of the possession. This is looking very nice for us. We're in a great position here. If we can just hold on to this lead 2-0 at half time, that'd be great. Is Thomas back to Johnson? What's he going to do with it? Plays it forward to Kiembe. Great ball. Unfortunate there for Kiembe not to get onto the end of that. But I cannot be much more happy than this after our first half of the season. Clearance from Fenland to basically no one. Hatton heads it to Dreyer to Comley. And Shamsi picks up the loose ball. Here's Sampson. What's Sampson going to do with this? Through to Shamsi. And it's... Oh, it's wide. It's wide. Great half. Great half, everyone. Well done. Okay, so I've quite happily just said, this is great, lads, keep it going. We've slowed the tempo down, so I've usually go with a high tempo in the first half, and I've just slowed it down just a little bit now. I don't think we need to play as fast as we have been. We'll see what happens now. Hudnot. I don't know what the name of that keeper is. Hudnot. My name is Hudnot, and I'm a goalkeeper. I don't know what that was. I do not know what I'm saying. It's Hamad Lawal into Fitchett. And Davies picks up the loose ball. Here's Vilmelainen in cross to Thomas. Sprays it wide to Hamad Lawal. This is what he's good at, getting those crosses in. And Kiyembe does get his head to it, but Hudnot saves it. Okay, the only player who really doesn't seem to be doing too much here is Archie Davies and Hamad Lawal, to be honest. The pressure obviously is getting to him as the captain. So Steven Schumacher is now on the pitch. I have forgiven him for his ridiculous red card that he received in the playoff semi-final. Idiot. But we've moved on from there. And here's Vilmelainen. Theophanous takes it and shiz Maishamotum into Theophanous, who is a good player, who's obviously just come on the pitch, so I need to probably mark him up and sort something out with him. Fitchett through to Dreyer cuts out, and here's Theophanous through to Sampson. Tell you what, we need to mark Theophanous. Mark him, boys. Good clearance from Killett there, and Rowe Turner picks up the loose ball on the edge of the box. Here's Comley back to Lamp, which I love. And it's Theophanous, and he scored! What did I say about Theophanous? He is such a good player. Right, we're going to have to do something about this. Okay, so we are now marking up Theophanous. We are closing him down as well. I'm not taking any risks with this fella. He is good. Simple as that, he's good. So I want to stop that. Look, it's just a second shot on target as well. 2 shots on target. One of them was Theophanous and he scored from it. I don't know why they play him as a sub. Here's Vilmelainen across to Thomas. What can Thomas do with it? Schumacher. I'll tell you what, a third goal would be very tasty. Here's Melainen. Fitchett! Melainen! Got blocked and it's gone out for the corner. Now 17 shots on target. Schumacher with a cross here. And it got headed out and it's another corner for us. Come on, boys, let's use this. 75th minute. Here's Schumacher with the corner. Here it is. Harding! It came off the crossbar and it went out. Boy. Okay, so we are now going into time wasting. We've gone into defensive as well, and we're just going to hold on to this lead now. I think I don't trust us to get another goal. I think we're a bit loose on the back today. We've got a strong defence. I don't think we've got a weak defence. We've got a strong defence, but they're just not playing well today. Here's Hatton, Theophanous with a cross. Cleared. That's it. And we're into injury time now. 3 minutes of injury time coming up. If we can just hold on to this win, it would be a nice start to the season, a 2-1 victory. But Shamotum, Coulson, Theophanous, great challenge. Kiyembe to Fitchett, across wide left to Melainen. What can Melainen do? Bring it forward, mate. Get the cross in. There it is to Fitchett. That was a sitter. But that might have just done enough, though, to see us through this game. Here's Thomas through to Kiyembe. Poor pass to Fitch. He didn't quite get hold of that. And they clear it. And Dreher's picking up the loose ball on the semi-circle. There is still time here for St Albans if we're not careful. Come on, Comley to Dreher. Out wide to Hatton. Get the challenge in, boys. Well done, Veal. The Finn. And through to Fitchett. See it out, Fitchett. Here's Thomas. Sprays it, that's it, pumps it into the corner. That's got to be the end of the game now. Surely, ref, blow the whistle. There it goes. We've won the first game of the season, away from home, 2-1 victory. Good, solid win. Congratulate team. Spencer Johnson with a man of the match with a 7.8. Not the best of games, obviously, but a nice victory. Well done. That's a good start to the season. Happy about that. And we move on from here. The board want me to get playoffs, but I'm going to head for the championship. I've got to head to win this league to get out of it automatically. I can't bear another playoff. I just can't. All right, I just can't. Thank you for joining me today. If you do like this content, do hit the like button. Join me on Twitter at WorstFManager. Join me on Twitch at WorstFootballManagerEver. Leave comments below if you like it. And of course, if you want to stay up and keep in track with this, do hit that subscribe button. But until next time, I'll see you later.